Happy Friday, kindergartners. We are in our last day for language arts this week. So all week we have been on Unit 2, Week 4, and talking about how do different animals eat their food. Okay, so we've kind of answered that question throughout the week, learning about how anteaters have those long snouts and those long tongues to eat the ants and the grubs and the termites. And then we have the bear who can open his mouth nice and wide, so he can use those big teeth to eat the fish and plants. We learned how the hummingbird has a long beak to drink the nectar out of the flowers. So we've been looking at those. So today we are going to go over the story again, Pig and Frog, and then we're going to be looking for some more sight words and some more blend sounds today. And we're going to be doing worksheets 140 and 141. So my e-learning friends who are stay home every day, they need to make sure that they do these pages today. For my friends that are my A Day and B Day friends, you should have done that already in class with Miss Beery and Mrs. Morgan. However, going back through that with Miss Beery today would be great practice. So the first thing I want you to do is we are going to look at the story Pig and Frog again. We have pages 136 and 137 open. So this was the page we did yesterday. And then we are going to look at the story again. So remember, we have the title up at the top. It's normally going to be a little bit bigger and maybe in a different color. So our title is Pig and Frog. And in a title, we have those main words always capital. So we have the P capital and the F capital in the title. And then down here at the bottom, remember, we always go top to bottom, left to right when we read. So I want us to read first the story, and then we're going to go back and dig a little deeper and look for some different things. So here's your reading finger. Make sure it's ready, and we're going to point to each of those words as we read. Here is Pig at the bin. He got 4. Okay? And who can tell me again, what did he get 4 of? He got 4 apples, right? So here he's finishing 1, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 all together. Okay? Let's go to the next page. Okay, next page. Here is Frog at the pond. She got 5. And Frog is her name because it's a capital F, and it's also a her in the story, or she. It's a girl because they use the pronoun she. And then we have some eyelashes, so we kind of can see that she's a girly frog. And what did she eat 5 of? Can you tell me? Do you remember? She had 5 flies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, last page. Pig and Frog grin. They are glad. So what's another word for a grin? It's a smile, right? They're showing their teeth. They're really happy. Their bellies are full. They got something to eat. Okay, and remember, these are, this is not a real story because we have characters like Pig and Frog, and Pig has clothes on, but those are things that pigs can eat. Pigs do eat apples, and frogs do eat flies. So even in a story that's not real, you can still learn some good information. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the beginning, and we're going to look for some different things in our story again. So last time we looked for the G sound, the G. But now we're going to be looking for our sight words, which are F-O-U-R, F-I-V-E, and H-E-R-E. So 4, F-O-U-R, 5, F-I-V-E, and here, H-E-R-E here. And then we're going to also be looking for some blends. So Miss Beery's going to grab a crayon this time around. And I picked up this cute blue, which is a blue-green, kind of a teal color out of my cup. And we're going to be looking first for the sight words. So I'm going to read the sentence again, and then we're going to circle any sight words. Okay? Here is Pig at the bin. So our first word is here, and that is a sight word, so I want you to go ahead and circle the word here. Okay, fabulous. Let's look at the next sentence. He got 4. So 4 is our sight word, so we're going to circle F-O-U-R. Wonderful. And there's no blends on this page that we need to circle down here, but up here there's the F-R, the fur, and I'm going to have you just kind of go over that kind of like a highlighter with a crayon if you want to, and just color the F-R over, because that's a blend. Those two letters go together to make a sound. Okay, turn to the next page. Okay, boys and girls, we are going to look for these sight words, 4, 5, and here again, and then we'll go back and look for any blends. Here is Frog at the pond. There's the first word here. That's our sight word, so we're going to go ahead and circle it. She got 5, and 5 is a sight word, so we're going to go ahead and circle it. And now we're going to look for any of those blends, the two sounds that make a sound together. So here, frog, the F and the R. You can go ahead and color that or highlight that The FR together makes the FR sound. At the pond and the ND, that is a blend at the end, so go ahead and color that in. She got 5. So those are our 2 blends that we're going to be looking at. Last page, pig and frog grin. Let's see if there's any sight words. Nope, they are glad. Okay, there's the end of our sight words, but let's look for those blends. So frog, the F and the R, we need to color those for the FG blend. And then grin, the GR, makes the GR blend. And they are glad. And the GL in glad is a blend. Go ahead and color that in. Okay, so I know those are a little tricky, but we're going to keep on working. So remember, boys and girls, everything you do in kindergarten, it builds on top of another. So we learn our letters, we learn our sounds. Once we know our letters and sounds, we sound those letters. We blend them together to make words, so then we can start reading. So everything you're doing is just keep on working and practicing so we can learn a little bit more. Okay? Next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at pages 140 and 141. So I want you to turn to those work pages for me. Okay, boys and girls, our last 2 pages for our packet this week, we are going to sound out these words and write them down. And then on this side, we're going to read some sentences. Okay, for the first one, what does G say? G. What does O say? Ah. What does T say? T. G. Ah. T. So I want you to write down with your pencil G-O-T. Wonderful. Next, what does the D say? D. What does the R say? What does O say? Ah. What does P say? P. And the D, R are a blend, so they say D, ah, P. All together. D, ah, P. Drop. So go ahead and write it. D, R, O, P. Drop. Like you drop a pencil or you drop a stick. Okay? Sometimes Miss Beery says, drop it to my puppy Nugget, because sometimes she takes something she shouldn't have. So then we say, drop it. Okay, next is, what does S say? S. What does P say? P. What does I say? I. What does N say? N. S. P. I. N. Spin. So let's write it. S. P. I. N. Spin. And that means you turn around, you spin. Sometimes you can spin really fast, or maybe spin in like a computer chair or a wheelie chair, spin really fast and then you get dizzy. Okay, next line. What does F say? What does A say? Ah. What does S say? S. What does T say? T. Ready? S. I tried to say that word out too fast. So, fast. F-A-S-T, fast. F-A-S-T, fast. Wonderful. Next one is, what does L say? O. What does I say? I. What does F say? F. What does T say? T. O, I, F, T. Lift. L-I-F-T, lift. And the last one is P-I-G. What does P say? P. What does I say? I. What does she say? G. P-I-G. P-I-G. Okay? And what would be great practice is if you would go ahead and trace each of these words with a crayon, because then that will help you get those good letter practice, and then you can sound each of the letters out as you write them again. Okay? So Miss Beery's not going to do that right now, but at home, if you're at home, if you are a A-Day friend that's already done this once, then you can go ahead and do it again. If you are an e-learning friend, I definitely want you to go ahead and trace those again. So you can stop the video and do it, or do this last page with me and then go back and do it. Just make sure you go back and trace each of these with a different color crayon or the same color crayon. Okay, the last one is consonant G-A and blend. So we're going to read these together. I'm going to read the whole sentence, and then we're going to go back and point to each of those words again. Gil is with mom and dad. Let's look at it again. Gil is with mom and dad. Next one. Look at Gil skip. Look at Gil skip. He can skip fast. He can skip fast. Mom and dad clap. Mom and dad clap. So in the picture you can see that Gil is here. He's skipping. And there's mom and dad in the background, so let's go through those sentences one more time and read them. Gil is with mom and dad. Look at Gil skip. He can skip fast. Mom and dad clap. Okay, boys and girls, you can go ahead and read that page again. Go back and make sure you trace over those words again. And then you have a fabulous Friday, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye, friends.